as we are once again alive upon the internet, although on a weird time. A weirder time than usual. So I'm waiting for PTS to come up. I'm guessing a lot of people are waiting for PTS to come up. I was already playing, so I was like, you know what, let's start already. That way at least I can test everything, make sure everything works. And then jump into PTS once PTS is up. Hopefully it will be up and running promptly in half an hour. In the meantime, I'm banging out some bounties for the global events. I'm just gonna reset this. Actually, do I want to do that? No. What I'll do is fast travel away and back. That sounds like a better idea. I want to keep some of those CPs green, just so that I have better and easier ways of getting to bounties. Because yeah, one zone is gear mods. Let's go farm that. Usina is also in a zone, but bounties are annoying over there. Actually, do I need any specific factions anymore? Because if I don't, I might just hang out. Named just elites, any elites. Then the cleaners, Rikers, Black Tusk. Oh, yeah. I don't need any specific faction anymore. Oh, yeah, I might try to go into the gear zone, gear mod zone, and get some of the thingies as well, the printer filaments and stuff, if nothing else. Then we get some mods. Yeah, let's make sure that everything is actually working, because that's the purpose of this part. As we get ready to get PTSD from PTS, whiplash from testing. will be interesting to see what the stats are on stuff, how the balance work. I'll be leaving most of the sun stuff for this evening's stream, but I mostly just want to see the stats on stuff. Want to see what the gear set comes as its core. It better be yellow. It would be weird if it wasn't yellow. I just ran out of that safe house without even looking where I'm going. Let's go kill whatever that is and get a bounty. As it turns out, I was running the right way. I just didn't know it. Did that thing despawn? Okay, no, good. I just got close enough that I got deselected. Because I was like, I'm in range of that thing. I'm not gonna despawn. I'm just gonna aggro from far away just so I build up some exposure of SHD while running in. Because I need to melee still? No, doesn't look like it. I do need to disrupt 3 enemies at once. I could just put on a jammer and actually do it that way, but what was pushing me there? Oh shit. But I can also do it by doing covered covers once I'm fully exposed. Though it looks like the bar is broken. Was it not charged yet? I got fragile armor active, so I should actually watch out what my armor is doing. Because I'm just running cool skills on fragile armor. I didn't want to deal with ragers because I want to see the bar of SHD exposed. Because you don't see that one if you have ragers active. You see that ragers bar.
Agent charge compromised.
I didn't want to deal with fog of war either because
No clear angle.
I just want to see where they're spawning.
Target's right here.
Charge transfer activated.
Do that. Yeah, just gonna bang a few bounties out while we're waiting for Morton personally to sanctify the servers and let them go online. That's how that works, right? He just holds the PTS servers in his hands and he goes like, "Be free, my child." And then the PTS starts. Even if it isn't, don't tell me. I'd rather believe that. I'll have that be my reality.
Thanks, Agent. Pretty sure it was curtains.
Yeah, let's just go to that bouncy zone. I saw that thing spawn in as well. That damned marauder. Marauder. I'm also curious to see if any of the regulars show up as yeah. This is very much not my regular streaming hours. I've done some streams in the afternoons and stuff in the past, but never this early. Usually, because usually I'm working. I'm actually sneakily not doing what I'm being paid for. Although I'll do that bit in a little bit. I'll just do it an hour or two later.
Rogue agent
So
detected.
we have they'll be over here. I'm not fully charged up. There's a marauder overhead as well. This is a bad idea. Let's go have bad ideas.
Friendly control point nearby.
They'll be over here, most likely. Oh, they're engaging the marauder. Rogues versus marauder. I want to see this. Who wins?
Rogue defender drone detected.
Yeah, they put up a drone, and that drones like insta spot you even from super far away. Let them fight.
Airburst seeker mine detected. Hostile airburst seeker mine detected. Rogue assault.
Do I get loot if they kill the marauder? I actually don't know. Because yeah, marauders are hard luck to dropping loot. I'm guessing if I'm not aggro to it, I might not get loot. These are questions. And hey there, Wiener. that still seems weird. Although of course it also seems obvious to say. I was gonna say it's a brand new sentence, but likely somebody wakes up every day going, "Hey, Wiener," to their actual, you know, they're not their will of wieners, but just their wiener. I want to see what this guy has been dropping down to. Although he has a this fight. I'm rethinking this fight because I think neither party really holds the key to winning. Neither do I really over here against the Marauder, especially. The Marauder itself hasn't spotted me yet, because yeah, if it spots me, it'll go after me. I'm gonna take... Can I take the long way around? I think I can take the long way around. If I can kill that other... this other one over here. This rogue. Because this is also the one that put out that turret and stuff, and that turret and stuff is...
Charge compromised.
what scares me a little bit.
Airburst seeker mine detected. Hostile airburst seeker mine.
I would feel the Marauder should have the upper hand here, but maybe it doesn't. Where did this rogue go? This rogue chased me. What? We basically traded places. Hi. How's your day? Everything okay with the kids? Good seeing you again. Yeah, let me murder you. I'll have shock rounds here. I want to melee him, but I will need to jump over this thing to melee him because yeah, I have charge exposed.
Shades
And once
exposed to melee.
I trade that with him, he'll die easily.
Rogue defender drone detected. Hostile defender drone detected.
I really think this Marauder should destroy this rogue. I feel. But it's not really doing a good job. And the rogues didn't do much against it either. And there we have even more stuff coming in. Let's take these guys out of this fight. So I'm at the wow. Well, I'm not even at the edge of optimal. I'm beyond optimal. These world rogues now at least skill again, because if this was a normal rogue, they would melt quite fast. Okay. Marauder finally noticed me, as after a while of me yelling "Notice me, senpai," it finally did,
Immediate medical
and it will murder me now. Yeah.
0.
Yeah. As a tech tank, I don't have much recourse against those things. Not in the open where I was. I should have gone in that building, actually.
Friendly supply.
And I should have swapped to EMP sticky. And just EMP stickied it. My loot is still over there, so I'm gonna go get my loot. And yeah, my bounty should still be active, so I'm also gonna go grab... Oh. This guy is still alive, of course. You know what? Let's actually fight it. He has a chest striker. EMP sticky. What's up? Marauders aren't hard. Where did he go? Where did he go? He zoomed away. Floor. Need somewhere where I have something over, like bus or something. Okay, I'm not in range.
Friendly control point nearby.
I'm gonna go on an intercept route because you can't chase those things, but it's gonna come around here. So I'm gonna take a left and just go and intercept it. Also, going over there, I'm gonna have a look around for a good spot to fight it. Because what I want is something like this in between me and him. Basically a square roof that I can hide behind. Have its missiles hit that. Like this bus is perfect for that, kind of. Is this his path? Or is it further? Nope, this is his path. Then this bus. This bus is now my best friend. As we get ready to... what? Oh, cool skills is... Why? I scrolled the wrong way. Putting my EMP sticky on cooldown. But that I should still be fine. As long as I can get its engines, forcing it to be in a holding pattern kind of thing. But yeah, this is how you kill Marauders. You just parallax them. Its guns are hitting the top of this bus. My guns aren't. My guns are actually hitting it. And EMP sticky will keep it disrupted for quite a while, even on 0 scales. Although still firing missiles, but yeah. That's how you deal with Marauders. Yeah, back to tech tanking. Although actually, my hive's on cooldown for a while. I'm gonna solve that the old-fashioned way, which is like that. As I forgot, of course, I had cool skills on because I was running tech tanks. And, they don't care about no stinking cool skills. But a revive hive does, so I'm gonna suicide there, resetting my skills the fast way, so I can swap back over and just go. Do these bounties, look at the time, and see that we still have like 20 minutes, 15 minutes still. Till it's scheduled to open. I'm keeping an eye on a few discords as well. Usually if someone... like once it goes live, someone will go like, "Hey, it's live," and then
The target is nearby.
I'll go join them. In the meantime, I still need to do a few bounties. Doesn't say anymore. Let me go see. 7 more bounties on this account. So let's go do those. And yeah, this character can use the credits. That's why I'm on this character. Normally, I would take the Heartbreaker Tech Tank to go do this kinds of stuff, but this character kind of can use the credits, so I'm on the weaker of the tech tanks. Although, yeah, weaker, like, it is weaker, but it's also like weak. That's gonna shock me. Then need to charge it up a little bit. Yeah. I'm kind of curious to see, well, I mean, all of the PTS stuff. I'm curious to see, basically, because it's been a while since we've had new stuff.
Sending them out. Come and get it.
Just gonna murder these guys. Considering running around getting my charge up, do I need any resources on this gal? No. Also, I'm kind of full up on some crafting resources, so I kind of should go and spend those, but also, yeah, let's just keep the train going and get some bounties out. That guy was in a hurry to get out of my thingy. Just gonna wait for that disrupt to go off. Does that count as one of my disrupts? Kinda looked like it did, I think.
Charge compromised.
Still think I need some melee transfer.
Opposed to melee.
Kind of dislike this with shotguns. If here, like, if they were just standing still, not being shot, I actually would have an easier time just headshotting them down. Where's your box? I'll just push you out of it. Yeah, that kind of makes headshotting actually harder. Anyway, just keeping an eye out for some mods as well. Although most of the things I need are, like, it needs to at least have a chevron in it. A few more 12 crits, I won't mind, usually. Never will I mind them, but... As you did, those things are my long-term grind. And names group over there as well. Let's go murder them as well. Let's go take the backpack off that guy. Wait for him to take his mask off. Seeing as he's thrown grenades, he likely has already. I'm exposed on my side.
Serious trauma detected.
Yeah.
Agent vital signs.
How did they get back there so fast? I let myself just get flanked. That was dumb. And hey there, Eamon. And yeah, indeed, I hope everyone's doing well and enjoying maybe a little bit of a too sunny of a day. as for me, it is too sunny of a day. I have a fan on me and everything, and I'm still actually a little bit too hot. Do I still need to actually get melee transfers? I think I've done all my melee transfers. Using melee attack. Okay, I've gotten all those. So actually I need to kill a bunch of 0 exposures, and I need to headshot them and fully exposing elite hostiles. All of those are pretty easy. All of them will get done. Did I? Oh, that was I was doing a Black Tusk bounty. Much rather be doing cleaner bounties than Black Tusk. Black Tusk are usually annoying. I don't want to do it in this zone. But it looks like I don't have a choice. I'll pop this one and then go and do this one. Gonna attempt and see if it puts it in the building nearby. I hate going through that entire zone. You get caught up in so many other things. But usually Black Tusk ones, it wants to put them in that open area. Cleaner ones usually go into that building. Well, actually, seeing as I'm on the CP, one trick you can do if you want to avoid going and fighting like there is if I go into that bounty area and am inside of the bounty like boundary, it can't put it here. So then it must put it somewhere else, which for here is actually only that building, I think. Oh no, actually it does have a as
Vital signs critical.
how is this disorient that what was that disorient? There was like 4 different disorients going on at once because I would move to the left and it would just that was a weird one. I was moving to the left. Usually, normally when you get disoriented, if you just hold one direction, you kind of move into that direction. But there I was like moving to the left, then moving back to like 2 steps to the right. And like, it was as if I was getting like disoriented over and over and over again. And yeah, let me go take my revenge on these guys. Need to be a little bit further. It's like the this street where it is in the bounty boundary. It is like here it starts. And then we now take a bounty. Then it does put it there. I'll go from the safe house. You're making anti-battle play already. Thinking yeah, I mean, game's always fun and there, and especially today is gonna be a lot of fun. Of in a little bit,
Target is near you, Agent.
having a PTS come up, letting us hopefully. Well, if it comes up, then we'll see all of the new stuffs, all of the. Hopefully all of the new stuff is in there as well. That's not a given. Because yeah, then the new exotics, of course, the new brand set, the new gear set. Kind of want to play around with that AR or the new talent as well. And see how that feels. Because it's basically steady-handed for like non-LMGs, which could be cool. Of course, damage talents and fast hands are like going to severely hamper its usability. I'm just gonna fire here just so my aggro starts. But actually I need to kill headshots and 0. I need to only expose elites. So
System disrupted.
is this medic still alive? Yes.
Compromised.
Are you elite? No. Then you shall die with headshot.
System back online.
There's a heavy in here. Heavies will be elite. Yes, they have to be.
Falling back.
Shades exposed to melee.
The rest of it's on the roof.
Rogue bombardier drone detected. Hostile bombardier drone detected.
Yeah, bounties in areas like this are so much easier when you don't have them out in the open world. I'm just gonna cover to cover here and just get a charge going. That's it. With SHT exposed, actually, yeah, you do take a lot more incoming damage. So does your shield. Yeah. They're just transferring it off just so I don't take as much damage, basically.
Charge compromised.
I have another charge ready for this wave when it spawns. Is also later today, although more towards the evening maybe. Kind of depends on how I can schedule my stuff, my work stuff as well for today. Kind of still wanna, because yeah, I didn't finish off the only tips yesterday for this event, which I still want to do, of course. But yeah, it has 2 weeks anyway, so. And also, to me, it's not as much as well about just having them for this event. They'll be there for other events, like for next times as well.
System malfunctioning. Charge transfer activated. Serious trauma detected.
Shouldn't take armor breaks like that for free,
System reactivated.
especially if I don't have to. I'm just gonna kill this thing. It's gonna be in my way otherwise.
Charge exposed.
Madam Sniper, please stop that. You're hurting. You're hurting me!
You kidding me?
That's it. When you're fully exposed, you take so much extra damage that it's kind of hurtful. Why are you guys so aggressive today? Well, what do you guys... I mean, they're Black Dust. They're always this aggressive. Trying to flank me. But yeah, I'm letting myself get a little bit flanked too many times today. Is this still part of the bounty? Did somebody run downstairs or something? Doesn't look like it. Actually, maybe sounds like it, actually. Let me loot up here and then we'll deal with downstairs. If it is downstairs. At the very least, this is good for filling up on printer filaments, which I think I was low on. Actually, turns out I wasn't. But I should go and upgrade some skills to 10. That will solve that issue. Have I completed this bounty? Actually, I have completed this bounty. I could just leave and go do that. So, gonna go unlock a cleaner bounty. I might try to fight cleaners than Black Desk. Unfortunately, I'm on console, no PTS for us. Only 3 weeks till the new season. Yeah. Well, they haven't actually put out a date yet on the new season. It could be longer. We have had that after a season like that. It's like a dead week. a week of nothing or 2 weeks of nothing, and then the new season. But yeah, hopefully that won't be the case. But just to like, just to keep expectations to reasonable levels. But they seem pretty confident about this PTS because, they haven't said anything, but quite often in other PTSs we have had things missing. So they would come out and go like, okay, on phase 1 we're missing like this exotic, all this stuff is kind of half implemented. Like, I mean, even the TKB or the Kingbreaker, for instance, even when it actually went in, it went in with the AK skin before like the TKB. Well, the TKB was already as well ready, but stuff like that. A lot of like weird stuff. Oh, I wasn't fully. Okay, come on. I want to hit full exposure. There we go. Let's do. Pass that around. Yeah, most of these things without a chevron are of no use to me. Like it needs to be basically 11/9s on crit damage or something, and like even on crit chance, I really don't need 5.9s or anything like that anymore. I mean, I don't really need them anyway. I have technically more than enough 12s for every character and stuff, and I of course make it my infinite grind basically. Let's go have a look at the Usina zone if more stuff is spawning here. I could actually go and hit this thing. Could go and hit that thing in a second as well. Although we're also reaching. Actually, let's see if there's any word anywhere about anything. Almost sounds like some people are already in. Let me catch. Let me go with this Discord. They'll like me. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't look like it actually. Shit, so how many bounties am I in? Yeah, so I'm talking way too much and not paying any attention. I'm 4 in. I'll actually go hit this elite territory control over here because that's a Usina zone. That's a good one as well. As we'll hopefully have PTS up in a few seconds. But yeah, the preloaded should become just loaded and allow us in. Well, sometimes you need to restart to Ubisoft Connect, so you might need to like, exit game to be able to do that. As a Black Tusk putting drones out like will spot you from like across the map. Let's go live dangerously. Assault from up here. Actually, these are all elites. I should actually, if I can, cover to cover transfer. I'm just gonna run around like this, get my SHD exposed up. And then I'm gonna do a cover to cover and just transfer it. Letting me get a few more elite kills. With all of these, I could just do missions later. Okay, they spawn up here.
Targeting all hostiles.
That mini tank is a little bit dangerous, but the rest of it really isn't. The only dangerous thing is like if there's a grenadier behind me and I take a grenade to the back. Or a sniper dog, and I take sniper shots to the back. Oh, wait, what? Cleaners. Yeah. Sir, just keep busy for a second. Just gonna get rid of this charge just to have gotten rid of it. He's still not done. He didn't want to be up here anymore. This cleaner drone controller is gonna have a bad time in a second. First gonna kill that thing. Just get that out of here. I'm out of ammo. So, ammo box? Ammo box. Haven't been to a safe house in a while. Gonna need the key from this guy anyway in a second, so. Well, him first. And then let's just do a quick kill on this guy. If I didn't have shock rounds, I could have done the quick kill there. Actually, I should transfer my charge. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, let's go loot this, and then I'll have another look if PTS is up. Because that very much is the purpose of today's this early stream. Off my regular schedule. Still shows only preloaded. Yeah, nobody seems to be able to get in yet, so I'll keep going. Yeah, no, PTS is always late. Like, it has never started exactly on time because it's also like it's a tester. it doesn't, like, it's not a game launch or something. But one time it was early, so that's the thing why some people, like why I as well was like, I'll go start up early already, test everything out here as well if there's any issues or anything. Then I'll run into them here now, and then am I gonna run all the way over there? I just think as I just need bounties. Let's just go to this normal one. Just bang some out. This is one of the daily ones. I'm hoping I can access it from this side. I likely won't. Actually, there's also a cleaner box here. And I'm full up on cleaner keys and stuff, so I should go just grab this. Even if it doesn't scale. Might as well spend it. Because yeah, as well with servers and stuff, like the way they have it, or like most game companies and stuff have it, is like their server infrastructure isn't set up in a way of like just press this one button and everything goes online. It's basically like everything has to be online, and then You just flip, like, actually alter, push out, like, a config file that then just goes like, okay, everything's ready and stuff like that. So trying to like time that to kind of coincide with like a specific time is close to impossible. Because yeah, making a system of like
Compromised.
trying to make that system of like
Forward.
it like you press this button and then it's exactly on this time it's up and stuff. That's wasting company time basically. Because in that same time you could have done something useful. But yeah, if you make that, you have to also test it and maintain it and stuff like that. This guy's called Gardener. Okay. As you're seeing, as I don't care. Was that the actual full bandy? That was. You know what? Fuck it. I'll lose all my stacks, but let's go get this one over here. So I'll have a look once more. And at least nowadays, because I'm pretty sure on like a few of the earlier PTSs, they you couldn't actually preload, or maybe it was just a few PTSs that like they didn't implement it to preload. It was annoying, so you had to basically download it and then go. I was on a very low internet connection, so they would basically activate it and like then the patch would be ready.
Control point detected.
And yeah, as someone who had a bad connection back then, that was infuriating. At least now, well, I have also decent connection nowadays. But yeah, it's also preloads and stuff, so.
You don't want to get me closer.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
I need to, yeah, be less aggressive when I'm not fully charged. I'm trying to get that SHD exposed charged up and then go cover to cover and stuff, but it also wasn't activating correctly, so that sucked. But I didn't die, so it's all good. I'll use my SHD exposed charged on this next wave. If I can find somewhere to cover to. Thank you.
Launch transfer initiated.
Just need to kill a few elites while they're fully exposed as well. Yeah. What did this last one go? Actually, the execution is already done. This is just random stuff, but random stuff is good for me now because I need to recharge my memento. Let's see if this takes away the armor break. It does, which is good. As yeah, I don't mind roaming this zone a little bit and hoping for some closers. I'm gonna cancel that bounty and just start another one. Because yeah, that bank is always annoying because the names actually spawn in on the other end of it, and they spawn basically. You'll get the target loot of this zone, which is rigor, so I don't want that at all.
The target is nearby.
Before we head in here, let's have another peek. Do. Let's have a peek on there. Doesn't seem like it. And yeah, hopefully it's in the same hour. That's usually what it does end up being. I haven't seen them. Trying to remember if it's ever been like more than half an hour. It also depends. Usually I'm not right there for PTS, but usually as well I don't. Most of the PTSs I haven't actually. I usually go in late and just do the numbers and stuff, because that has become kind of my role of just like testing if the wording on stuff is the correct stuff,
Charge compromised.
because quite often it isn't. It might say total weapon damage and then be something completely different. It might say damage to armor and not be damage to armor. So sledgehammer is, for instance. The weapons, it might say weapon damage like bloody knuckles and be total weapon damage and stuff like that. But yeah, there isn't any specific ones of those, at least in this one. The chest has a weapon damage naming thing, so that might be worth testing to see if it's what it actually is. But yeah, it would also be weird if a chest talent gave weapon damage, because usually they're total weapon damage. Where's this guy going? They're just leaving. They've had it. You know, it's weird that their pathing allows them to actually go all the way. Wait, the rope isn't down, of course, because I need to kill this wave before this rope drops. So I need them to basically come back
Serious trauma detected.
on their own. I mean, I can take the inside route, but is that door gonna be open then? I mean, that door is actually... Yeah, oh no, actually this door won't be open. This door won't be open. I was more concerned about a later door. Okay. So, let's try again. That's yeah, that one, yeah. I had no way of getting up there unless going all the way around, but also likely the gate on the other side would be closed still as well, so. Kind of want to be in this zone actually, so let me see if there's a bounty here. There's a hostage there. Yeah, it doesn't seem to. Doesn't seem to have happened yet from the chatter.
Hostile take care of it. Picked up.
Oh, that was the last headshot I needed. Oh, actually, I now notice what my SHD now is. I should try to keep the 17k for this evening's stream. At the very least. But I'll go kill these guys. But it goes pretty fast, especially when you're doing challenges and stuff. So I've done 9 levels pretty fast.
Detected.
Although you're, well, not fast at all. Like if you go farming, you can do easily 20 or something. I'm just messing about, doing some bounties, getting mostly more concerned about getting the SHD exposed stuff.
Agent charge compromised.
And that's also why I'm going to do this cover to cover. Just to disrupt 3 enemies at once for another one. So I need to do that another 7 times. Disrupting 3 enemies at once. Of course, the guy all the way in the back has the key.
You saved me. Could never.
And so we have the bug going on so that it's not showing the... How many bounties do I have here? I might as well go grab this one as well on the way. Because I have plenty of bounties now, but... It's gonna kill these 4. I'm not gonna do the actual objective here, but just to get some charge going. I'm gonna fire towards that elite patrol. Actually.
This area
Where?
is now under investigation.
Wait, are they 1 street down or are they here?
And turn yourself in.
They're here.
Any unreported
Yeah, I was gonna do a cover and cover here, but let's not. Let's just kill him. Just gonna wait for this guy to take his helmet off all the way and. Let's actually open up with this thing. This should be far enough that, yeah, so I didn't aggro them by actually firing. And there it, so it starts aggroing once they actually, like, it's too late. If you do it at the edge of what you can shoot. I'm gonna fire over there just so I'm starting to get basically that they know where I am. Because I wanna do a cover to cover here.
Activated charge transfer.
But they already had killed one of the hostages, so it's no longer gonna give me a bounty, which is why I came here.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles.
How can I ever?
Yeah, let's just go do that bounty. Do. I say, I do hope it does go up, which is it till now usually has somewhat on time. Because I don't have infinite time to waste today, so I basically have till 1:30 at the most, which is 2 hours from now. 2 hours and 10 minutes from now. So, but in worst case, it'll definitely be up this evening. And this evening, I have plenty of time. And tomorrow as well. And the day after as well. So, plenty of time to do some testing. But I wouldn't mind getting some time in now already.
I knew it!
Cleaners as well are very nice and considerate and bring their own CC. Shouldn't have blown up that thing like from there. I need this fire to go away so I can ADS. Since I can ADS,
Agent charge compromised.
I can. This helmet is off. So I can all the way downstairs. Which they usually don't do. Usually they don't come all the way downstairs here. Like drones and like lawnmowers and stuff like those do, but usually not like the actual people. I want to do a cover to cover here. Just murder this guy outright. I want to build up a little bit more charge, so I would add the ready for the next wave. So we do that.
Charge transfer initiated.
I want to kill her first. Because she's an elite. Still need to... Fully exposed elites are still on my list. But I'm not sure how full they have to be for it to be considered fully exposed. So I'm just gonna wait for my charge to fill up all the way. Boink and... Oh, we have wait, one more. There again, shock was actually less useful than if I didn't have shock. I'll have full charge already. Yeah.
Shift exposed.
That's it. This should be the last fully exposed one as well. No, that didn't count as fully exposed. Are you elite? The elite. You're elite. I'm gonna shoot you a little first. Let's transfer and then. That didn't count as a fully exposed either.
Charge exposed.
Ton of loot. None of them have chevrons. Likely nothing useful. But printer filaments, if nothing else. An elite territory control here. Let's go do that. Cleaner one. Let's have a look again here as well. Do-do-do-do. Nope. As is, we're reaching around the half-hour mark, so they're reaching the point of getting a sternly worded letter. Rabble, 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 rabble. Let's grab a few more cashews. That's a good snack. Although they're not really good for you. They're mostly fats anyway. But they're tasty. Gonna aggro them from far away because I still need that one more fully exposed elite hostile. And this will start to aggro already.
Charge exposed. Activated charge transfer.
Okay. That one counted. I see. With the bounty bug, with the bounty UI bug, the pop-ups aren't happening. Was keeping an eye on it actually happening on the tracker. As we kill a O'Brien, one of many. Let's go get that one. I'm curious as well to see if the incursion is going to be in there. Because content like that usually as well goes in there.
Detected.
Count down the sand.
Point in proximity.
And the legendaries got added in. They were usually already in PTS 1. So hopefully the incursion is in there as well. Although likely I won't be attempting it till this evening. If we get in, which is not per se a when, it's a if. My current plans are mostly to have a look at all of the gear, get their stat blocks, get all of that stuff. Do a few quick burst and sustain calculations on the weapons, especially. Yeah, see what their mods are. See if they're free third attributable, like the Elmo and stuff is.
That was almost the end of me. I owe you everything.
I'm gonna cancel it here. I'm gonna go do that trick again just so it puts it back in the building. Oh, and hello there, Pomic. We're running in. As guys, I'm waiting for PTS to go live, as it's usually late, as always, which isn't uncommon. But track record-wise, they've been usually late, but they've only like delayed it once, I think. Like I can only remember one delay ever, so hopefully it's not delayed. If it starts up way too late, I won't be able to get into it until later this evening. Yeah, I've gone back into the zone again just to stand here, just so when I turn on this bounty, it won't go here. It's not on yet, at least. Let me check once more. As I'm keeping an eye on a few discords and stuff, and of course just the the launcher. That's the one I'm looking for. But yeah, no, it doesn't seem to be live yet for anybody else either. But yeah, I'm at the ready. It's preloaded. I've done my part. Would you like to know more? I'm doing my part. Now they need to do theirs, and hopefully we'll meet in the middle.
The target is nearby.
Some of those out. Because why not? I have them, might as well use them. Actually, I should leave something alive here. Although there's this guy here that's gonna shoot at them and take away the aggro.
Agent
But
charge.
yeah, one thing you can do, actually I'll do that here. I'll leave that enemy alive and I'll just run into this bounty. And I'll start this bounty with a big charge. Because what do I still need to do? Some bleedings, some missions likely, and then yeah, bounties. 6 out of 7. Once the SHT expose goes away, it's basically decaying in the background. Although actually as well, I can shoot these guys and aggro them. And aggro upstairs as well. Just get that charge back up basically. And do this to them.
Get you for that.
Really, there's nowhere cover to. Oh,
Charge
I wasn't fully charged.
activated. Charge transfer.
See if I get this done. No. Didn't reach all the way upstairs. And I need to just one more disrupt all hostiles at once. Although of course I could just run a jammer on an eclipse for one mission. But here I'm just doing it with this cover to covering. I'm actually gonna save it for the next wave. I'm just gonna kill these two.
I'll blow your fucking brains out.
Charge transfer activated.
That counted.
But I can.
Because actually in a second I'm gonna wanna... that was her drone that took away my shield. Jumped at me and exploded. Well, we'll be back in a few
Agent
seconds.
charge compromised.
Just gonna do that for the damage bonus. Oh. Oxy out of nowhere. Luckily, on solo it doesn't hurt as much as it does in groups. But yeah, that made him priority number 1 now with that. Because I don't want to be oxied. This guy shouldn't have a helmet, so. There we go. Let's see if I can get the bounties done before the PTS comes up. As I'll be one of those people of like hitting F5 over and over again and checking once more If PTS is up. Not yet. As yeah, there are peoples in Discords keeping an eye on Twitter and stuff as well, so they'll tell me once it's up, hopefully. I'm gonna go do the same thing once more and get another bounty in this area, in this place, and hopefully we are getting closer to PTSDing on the PTS. As yeah, waiting always sucks. It's one of my least favorite things to do. Waiting for an uncertain thing to happen. Up to the point that I like don't even like ordering food and stuff. Because, yeah. You're just there sitting waiting for it to come, I feel. These guys are up there actually. Why are they aggro to me? Because yeah, they spawned in that area up there, which is like close in like direct range, but it's not like actually close to me. Let's go kill these guys. As I'm running into here so that it doesn't put the bounty here. Because this area is super annoying to do the bounty in because you have to run around a lot. There's a bunch of stuff that like comes and gets you. I'm gonna go to the mission instead of the safe house, keeping my memento stacks. Because otherwise I have to restack it. And it's about the same run anyway. The safe house is closer, but it's not like minutes longer. Because yeah, I only have bleeds left, I only have bounty left. Seeing as the mission ones are popping up now, I'll likely have nothing else left basically. I'll check Ash in a second.
Charge exposed.
Yeah, bounties. Main mission on challenging, stronghold on hard, and bleeds. And yeah, bleeds I'll be getting like easily. Just running a normal eclipse. Looks like I got so earlier than PTS. That's yeah. That would be impressive. Well, depends kind of how many more hours of classes you have. But yeah, it's PTSs are also like wizards. They are never early or late. They arrive exactly when they mean to, but that's not what the communication team got told, and they communicate just what the engineers tell them. Yeah. But yeah, basically engineers are like wizards. That's the point of that story.
Charge
Oh,
exposed.
they're spawning back there. So one of the cool things actually about SHD Exposed that actually, and I don't think I've said yet, is that it also applies to skills. It's one of the few that also applies to skills, making it kind of the event for especially eclipses, I feel. But yeah, as Eclipse, you're getting all of that aggro. You can run around, getting even more aggro, and then just do a cover to cover, and then your fire suddenly is doing a lot more damage, and your teammates are doing a lot more damage.
Rogue restore hive detected. Hostile restore hive detected.
What hit me that hard? Oh, shoot. Named snipers. Named snipers hit. Because something almost took me to my health gate, which... Just gonna sit in front of this guy and just eat those.
Sniper active.
Very tasty.
Weapons are hot.
But I wasn't fully charged. Really?
Charge compromised. Charge transfer completed.
Something's behind me. But actually, that's likely the stuff that I left on the street. Nice of this guy to be ducking, letting me shoot the names behind them. This bounty is not complete yet. Oh, was the sniper? Well, good thing she didn't actually finish me off. Oh, we have another name still. I'm paying attention. Not that I'm not awake. How dare you insinuate that? How dare I insinuate that about myself? What? What happened? How did he shock himself? Feel that guy like pulled one of those moments of like, you know, when you yourself do something dumb, and then you go like, that was dumb of me. Why did I do that? There I feel he did the same. I think he threw a grenade likely at his own feet, maybe. It's the only obvious thing, and he had shock grenades. It's the only thing I can like easily think of. You know what? Let's pop a bounty over here. Go do a bounty over here. I like these guys' names. Friendly assholes. Super gang. Assholes in training and friendly assholes. Okay. I always love the names and the blurbs on these. If you've never read them, they're always kind of fun. Because yeah, for instance, this Skyrise gang, an armed gang of Rikers stole the limbs from all the statues in a local museum. That's why we're going and killing them. And I'm breaking down local problems. A community has isolated a group of rampaging cleaners as their main external stressor. Or an armed gang of Rikers have moved in next to a community and have been playing music too loudly at all hours of the night. Yeah, or yeah, this one was always one of my favorites. A vicious Rikers group ate their dessert first and are now refusing to consume their vegetables. Because yeah, if you haven't read all those blurbs, they're always funny, especially the New York ones. They went a little bit silly with them, which, you know, fuck it, why not? Yeah, I actually didn't. Let's go after the assholes in training first, and then we'll go after the friendly assholes later. Either Alex, not yet. I'll check again. It wasn't yet. I am constantly keeping a vigilant eye as I'm running vigilance in real life, but vigilant it's down for it's down for more than 4 seconds. As I also don't have the perfect one, but doesn't look like it. And I'll go and have a look at people keeping an eye on Twitter and stuff. They haven't said anything either yet, so we're keeping a close eye on it, and once it is up, we will be all up in there, and hopefully it does come up decently soon, because I have like I have 2 hours left. Like it's gonna be up in 2 hours, but I want to do some testing. I want to test that SMG. I want to see what the chest, the actual, if it's weapon damage or total weapon damage. See all of the mods and stuff of the weapons as well, because yeah, those are important. The base stats. And yeah, just quickly giving them basically a DPS check against other weapons in their classes.
Target near.
Kind of want to mess about with the new like all-round talent, the accuracy stability one. It's gonna put it all the way up there, right? Yeah, it is. Sometimes you get access by the south entrance, but we didn't here, so I have to go all the way around, which takes a while. And yeah, I didn't go from the safe house just to save my memento stacks, but don't want to lose those. Who's your owner?
Enemy destroyed the UGV.
Oh.
Charge compromised. Shade signature exposed to melee.
Well, I mean, steady-handed is good, but it doesn't work well with ARs. Actually, accuracy talent wouldn't be bad, especially for people on controller. They already like those kind of talents quite often. It being carry overable between reloads is actually kind of cool. Although it's of course just accuracy and stability. It isn't weapon handling, so it's not gonna replace like fast hands at all. Of course, it's not gonna really make a dent in, of course, the damage talents, but it's at least an interesting thing, and it really depends on kind of how it plays. Because with all of those as well, it's kind of hard to tell. Just trying to imagine it, basically.
Agent charge compromised.
And yeah, especially this evening, I kind of want to mess around with how the scent talents and stuff work. Because yeah, if InSync is truly in the yellow, and if Future Perfect is truly in the yellow,
Our duty shouldn't be a problem.
that could actually make, you know, turrets and drones kind of useful for deep runs.
We lost.
Like yeah, still not for Nemesis fight, because yeah, the Nemesis is of course copy you. You much rather fight them with stickies and foams and fire cams and stuff like that over
I'll break you.
To melee.
Let's make it pay.
Alright. Recover. Well, I wasn't fully charged. Take two.
Compromised. Activated charge transfer.
And so one of the things with SHD Exposed that is... I wish we had the data mine stuff for this, or like precise numbers. Because yeah, your damage against... I mean, that part is obvious, but it's not obvious by how much. Your damage is a lot more against reds than purples, and a lot more against purples than it is against the elites, the increase of it. Skill damage, crit damage, I already have blue cores ones. I was thinking, is that maybe useful for like third drone hybrids? But nah, I would never not run glass over spotter. Ooh, it's BTS live, yay! Let's see if it actually is showing live for me as well. It is. So yeah, we are going quit game here. As the screen goes black for a second, and I'll have to wait until the game actually shuts down, because it does that like 20 seconds after you actually close it, and might also mess up my audio as I boot up the PTS. As in, but this is indeed live. It is 53 minutes late. Or well, when did that chat message come in? I don't have a time stamp. Whenever that chat message came in, so likely I missed it for a few minutes as I was running around. As we're moving over to the PTS, if it actually, hopefully it loads up normally. Let's see if it did a failed load there, I feel. Da, da, da. Did it do a failed load? Or did it just not load at all? Or was the other game still running? Because I feel this is one of those 0% moments, but I don't see the division showing up on that list, which is annoying. Something is trying to load. As my mouse is going bananas. Did it get stuck in easy anti-cheat? Nope, easy anti-cheat is also not active. Let me force quit Ubisoft Connect, and let's restart Ubisoft Connect. Oh, now the game starts. What? After I closed Ubisoft, or like force quitted it, then the game started. I hope that is not a sign of things to come. As I check that my audio is also, as yeah, likely that will crash it once it actually gets going. Oh no, actually Ubisoft Connect started up, so maybe I was doing shader stuff, creating shaders, but actually usually that goes pretty fast, and usually actually that's in the initial loading screen, so usually that would be here. Let's see if the game wants to load. Come on, I believe in you. Preparing to launch your game. Yes. Now actually do it. Do it. Do it. Let me catch up on here. Oh, and Heather Il Bisconia. Yeah, I was running. So actually, yeah, you found the build collection. I already see going in there. I was running the high-end tech tank. Although that's not my recommended tech tank. The build I was running in the build collection is 1.12, as they're numbered there. But that's not the best version of that build. I was just running it because I wanted to run that character. But yeah, there's a recommended build list in the, as the game's booting up, which should actually as well capture as well, because yeah, they share a name of the executable, so that should insta like grab it. But yeah, there's a recommended build list in there. It's basically a tech tank. It's up there on that list. There's a Heartbreaker tech tank that is much more recommended.
Press space to start.
As we press space to start the PTS, and we continue as we go PTSing. Curious to see how far back these character transfers are. Trying to think a build that I changed recently. Oh, well, that's not gonna, yeah, that's not gonna be on here. Because that's like 3 days ago or something. When I got the skill haste repair skill set up for this character. See if they have it, because it's usually a few a little bit back. Oh yeah, so actually I can also guess from the level. So here I'm 1618 or 16813, which means that that is quite a while ago. But yeah. And yeah, they're still gonna have their Alps. Oh no, actually, no, this is the other one. Yeah, they still have this Alps backpack. So it's from a while back, likely a few weeks back. So yeah, having come into the PTS, it's always a guess of which cache actually is all of the new stuff, because you can also create a new character and get all of the new stuff, which I might do. But let's try this cache first, and if they've put all of the new stuff into this cache as well. Hold escape. Oh yeah, the new stuff's in here because I got a Ouroboros. Hello. I mean, it's cool looking. That's a good looking thing. It's so tiny. You have to like zoom in to even actually. So it's a vector with a foldable stock folded. You know, the way that all cool people use foldable stocks. Extended mag. And a weird looking hollow sight. And like landmine thing or something, or is that supposed to be like oh, it's a piggy bank. It's a piggy. Okay, that's funny. At least like the models here, the models in there, 10 crit chance. Yeah, it's okay. 10 crit chance, okay. 10 crit chance, 10 crit damage. 10% rate of fire. What is so? Wait, what build am I currently on? I'm on Negotiator. Why is it showing 1650 RPM? Because yeah, 10% extra rate of fire on a vector is another 120. That's a little bit more than 120. And yeah, let's go test the most obvious thing that we all kind of want to know, which is do I have a gunner on him? I do have a gunner on him. Even if it is a red patriot.
Hope I get more of these.
So can you do this? This is the simple one. Okay.
Identification confirmed.
Agent,
Major
got a
Castillo.
location on Major Castillo.
Deceased.
He's at headquarters. Proceed with caution.
You get half a mag, of course, of it. This is a little dumb.
Identification confirmed. Major Castillo.
Although it's like super tiny.
Castillo is consumed.
Is this based off of status effects?
If that's any comfort.
Can we disrupt with it? Also important. I'm running up here to equip Eclipse. Put a gunner on them. Put this weapon back on them. The Ouroboros. Oh, the mag cap of it is 50. A second ago I had True Patriot on. It was showing 65 then, but that was with True Patriot. Let me catch up on if something is here. Okay, that's the new exotic ninja new vector with fire rate's kind of, yeah, the fire rate is kind of nuts, but that's also actually not in its favor. You would much rather have like, because you can't single shot it. Barely. Like sometimes it's 2 shots, but yeah, you would much rather it actually be you know, I didn't refresh my grenades. Let's just fast travel through the gate here.
Stay vigilant. Hostiles have been spotted outside.
That's overflowing with CHC.
Thank you for your cooperation.
It has a presentable on the SMG. Actually, yeah, that's why I picked this character, because yeah, in a second I do indeed want to test if you don't get if you actually don't take the effect, do you still get? First, I want to see if status effect applies to it.
Identification
Yes.
confirmed. Major
Okay,
Castillo.
doesn't look like it, because that's about the same length we had before. This build has so much more status effect than we had a second ago. But being able to just like do this, especially like if this works in PvP, I hope not. Let's indeed go out here and equip. Actually, no. I need to swap characters for that, because yeah, he's hazard protected from bleed and. But I don't have the full hazard protect build on this character. Let's go take a full hazard protect build on this character and see if we don't take the status effect, do we still get it? Likely not, because yeah, the wording of it is any status effect applied to you. But then maybe if you even have like a half of a second.
Safe area.
Yes, I really care about the invasion game. Let's already equip. Because yeah, that's the reason actually why this kind of set kind of exists. It's just for testing purposes. I don't really run backfire builds. They're not good enough to run, but for testing purposes, sometimes stuff like that can be useful. Let's pop that cache. Get this gal her own Ouroboros, as of course her inventory is too full. Let's just do it the fast way.
Good to see you.
Born Great. Okay. That's quite the name. All this Lingmo can go. I don't think I... Yeah, Tip of the Spear has of course been reworked as well. I need to have a look at that. But yeah, first things first, the obvious one. A little bit more of the Ouroboros. Actually, let's have a look at that LMG as well, because yeah, so this thing is, yeah, so it's going to compete with, it can go in a lot of AR or in already SMG builds. It'll fit into Hunter's Fury just as is, basically. It is based on the MG5. Why would they mod it like this? Plus 10 crit damage, plus 10 crit damage? Like, just why not just have one plus 20 crit damage mod instead? 85 rounds. Yeah, this thing is kind of a little bit dead without some crit chance here. It can recoup a little bit by going crit chance. Oh, actually, yeah. Let's check that.
You need to craft something?
Hopefully the blueprints are in for these guys, which they are.
Bye.
Let's. We'll see the stats here. So, so first off, this thing it does. I mean, if it has swap speed, then definitely this is free. Free. Yep. So the third is rerollable on that one. Where is Ouroboros? In there as well, it kind of for a second didn't show, like when I bought that first one, it didn't let me buy the second one.
See you another time.
Likely that means that their blueprints are bugged, which they kind of did say already, I feel. That there's some issues around it. So likely it is. We'll test that in a second. We're going to go back to the other character and buy the other blueprint first. Because likely they're sharing an item ID, which they've made that mistake before. They'll make that mistake again. Ouroboros. Because yeah, this thing having swap speed. Actually, on the other one, it was something different, so it's going to be for rerollable. Actually, on both of them was swap speed. Maybe it wasn't the same. Yeah, grenade myself into here. I have not become affected by it. I will fire a little bit, reload, and yeah, I don't get it. Okay, that's at least good. So you can't cheese it. You can't cheese it by not having it be active. You do need to take a little bit, but what you could do is cheese it a little bit by having like 90%, which I can, of course, as well. By just screwing that. Now 80%, I think. So I take a few seconds, fire, reload. I do get the effect,
Confirmed.
and that looks like the same length.
Status. Deceased.
So yeah, you could have like, you could find the edge of
Family now.
what grenades do to yourself.
Comfort.
Because I kind of want to see as well, do we get disrupt as well? But it's safe to say we get fire and bleed already as well. But yeah, disrupt as well is of course an effect that like is kind of good.
System malfunctioning. System
Yep.
restored.
This is a little bit crazy, this thing. Let me catch up here a little bit. You will probably want to close the immunity, but not fully immune then. Yeah, indeed. By the... Yeah. Quite sure the... Yeah, just was making sure that indeed the third stat... Like, they didn't specifically state it, but it was going to be obvious. Oh, was it on 14.4? That would be weird. I wonder why that is indeed. But yeah, and this one's 15. And yeah, normally it's 15, capping out. All of them come with swap speed. Okay, that's they just picked the stat. And yeah, it does look like we can reroll the exotics. Actually, let's see what the chest is as well. Because that's the... Okay, it's crit chance, crit damage. It has a chance. Oh yeah, actually it doesn't have weapon damage at all. What was I thinking of then? Maybe something else. But yeah, this thing is like, it's like the Ridgeway. It's not gonna... Yeah, it's not going to be useful except for getting the grenade things done in global events.
On Major Castillo. He's at DCD headquarters. Proceed with caution.
Actually, from the manhunt as well, I can guess when this one was, right? Okay, so well, manhunt screen is bugged. Is the incursion here? Not seeing any new offsites, which is where I would expect it to start. No new icons like with Descent or anything. Maybe New York. Doesn't look like it either. We'll maybe find that out in a second. Can you stack status effects? You mean just on my build? Because yeah, I tried it with a full Eclipse. It seemed to be the same length. At least not noticeably different enough, fast enough. Let's try this LMG as well for a second, seeing as we're here. So... where does it actually show when it's full up? Oh, there it shows. So it's doing its thing, and then... Is that useful? That's actually a long burn. Oh, you have to keep firing, of course. That's annoying. So yeah, you have to continuously fire. I was like, you don't get the bullets and then you get to shoot him. I don't want to see like how long this burn is. Okay, around 5 seconds, which is actually not that long. And it decays all the way for a reload. Maybe not if you had gunner and you had that third reload, but yeah, you can't do that consistently. Just visually, I would just want to see this chest as well. that is funky looking. As yeah, we have a bunch of grenades that are yeah, marked up and doodled on. That's actually, I mean, visually, this is a really good design. Like, this is a really cool design. So that's pretty good. Just for testing purposes, let me swap characters. Or actually, they're going to have account shared blueprint, of course. I can't actually, on this account, do that. As well, my other account, actually, I don't have that at the ready, right? Because that character was way later. I tried to make a character without account shared blueprints just for testing purpose, because yeah, he's gonna have the same blueprint, so he'll likely won't have access to that Ouroboros blueprint either. So, but it's safe to say that those things are well, the thing is, with most of them, you have to check.
Entered.
Yes, 95 is enough, but with most of them, you have to check how low you can go and still get one tick of it, basically, because it's different per effect. Let's try this as well for a second. Because I'm kind of curious about this thing. It is yellow cord, the gear set. Yay. They didn't do something dumb with it, like blue coring it, like Habsburg. Yeah, let's just do the obvious silly thing with it. Wait, was it the backpack that was good, or was it the chest that was good? I have already forgotten. The backpack. It was that. What was the chest then? That was the extension by 2 meters, right? Yeah. So yeah, the chest is not really useful. The backpack is kind of useful. So let's actually kit it out a little bit. Just having status effects everywhere. And then grabbing a turret and seeing kind of what it does. What do it do? Why not have status effect on these already? But just putting in stat at random, likely.
Good to see you.
And yeah, what we then of course need is the turret with the flames. This character. That is a cool looking backpack as well, visually. It's cool that how much work they've put into most of these. Like, these are good looking exotics and stuff going in. Did they rework the Dread Edict? No. Wouldn't have expected them to, but it would have stated it. But yeah, even like this thing is quite the looker. Although, yeah, the embossing on it is very simplistic, actually, but it kind of fits it. This just looks like simple stuff, but it's decent enough looking. Turret. Oh, wow. Wait, is that its range? No. Why is it making this entire room red? What? That's not horrible. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Like a flame turret in a firing range, right round. And yeah, 6-tier flame turret does have some time on it, but that's at least like kind of impressive. Kind of, yeah, it's hard to see here what the range of it is. Let's go on to, actually I should just fast travel out. Let's go over here and just have a place where we can kind of test that. What is the coral on the brand? Actually, yeah, what is it on the... I deconstructed most of the brand, didn't I? Yeah, I only kept the gear set. I'll check in a second for the brand as well. But yeah, let's... Oh, this is my maximum throwing range. Okay. How far do you reach? Yeah, it doesn't... I mean, that is pretty far. That is enough, for instance, to just put it at... on most missions, to put it somewhere and then have it cover basically 2 doors. The cooldown on it is pretty long, of course. Let's have an attempt at it here. Although, of course, I can actually go and pick it up. It's a turret. Yeah, that's not gonna compete with Eclipse outright, but depending on also actually what is its normalized stats. It still does the same thing and the same backpack thing. Okay. Because this outside of a outside of a safe house door could be quite interesting.
This is our revenge. Damn, that pack.
But yeah, that still like is so much easier. And this turret has like a cooldown out of hell. Although I'm missing a few. I'm missing one skill haste actually. It's not that terrible. Let's see if we can make something happen here. Really? We ducked right underneath it. That kind of reaches like far. It's kind of... Was the cooldown of this thing always this long? It was, right? This is like why it kind of worked with rigor. Because yeah, you needed kind of the reset from rigor to kind of get it going. Because yeah, it had the cooldown out of hell. But yeah, this thing in PvE is not gonna do anything. Eclipse already exists and does this so much better.
Medical assistance needed.
There, of course, as a glass Eclipse, I do get tapped. Let's go back to the White House. Let's actually buy one more of those caches. I can actually check with that. Yeah, I would imagine the latest effects unless you can style. I think it refreshes. So I had some shots from a different one, and then when I reloaded, it went to a different effect. Because yeah, I still had some foam rounds, and then when I reloaded, it went only to being not that. Where is it once again? It's here. Oh, actually, I was gonna buy one of those caches, right? Then. And sure. Well, nah. Let's just buy this cache, even if it fills up my inventory again. And yeah, let's see what the brand actually Blue core. Which makes sense for it. Although, yeah, this brand is just not going to make sense ever, really. Like, I can't even think of a place where we actually use explosive resistance currently. Like, why would you?
I'm all out of stuff.
Just checking that she doesn't have the blueprint there. There's a. We could actually test here. Actually, I should test that out in the. One thing I want to test is with this thing is if also the shield break disorient. It should, of course. Wait. Kind of need to survive as well, but we'll see it. This is a glass. It won't survive well. But we'll see. Let me see if I missed any questions here. Different effect, different ritual. Yeah, incursion might indeed be in New York. Some underneath. This is if you meant this one. Somebody said underneath DZ West, but yeah, that's just IH, right? This is just only Iron Horse, unless missing another one. No. Not East either. Right? I'll go into New York to check for some. But yeah, I kind of want to see if this shield break also triggers it. As well, unlock Cassie because that's of course a very important thing to do. Actually, I should prepare it so it can reload. I should prepare it so it can reload and not reload right away. That was like insta habit.
High threat enemy patrol detected.
Shoot at me. It does. Okay, that's funny.
He's at DCD headquarters.
That's funny. And yeah, with special ammo coming in, or next season will likely, of course, have special ammo as the ammo directive, or special ammo as one of the directives. That means that, yeah, you take it and then you dish it back out. That's kind of funny, actually. But yeah, so yeah, shield break as well gives you special ammo. And yeah, so we do get disorient ammo, we get disrupt ammo, we get all of as I'm fixing the camera in the background as well. Come back in a second. There we go. So yeah, all of those napalm. Napalm is one to test. Let's actually take something that can take a hit or two. Let's go over to New York. To me, this SMG is like kind of the most interesting thing here. So we're going to be spending some time on it. Let's just go over here. Let's see if we can find a mortar, a cleaner mortar. And because napalm is an effect we have never applied ourselves. It is... I mean, it's an ensnare and a fire at the same time. Actually, first off as well, so... Incursion? Hello, incursion? Doesn't look like it... Can we matchmake for incursion? Would it be under... No, expedition would be thingy, right? Is there not under raids either? Is the expedition would be Kenley? I sure we can check because Kenley isn't active. I think even here. So, yeah, no, that doesn't give a choice. So then it's not there. Let's go find some napalm. This seems like a good place. That seems like maybe a good place. So let's go over there. The LMG with ninjas. Actually, that's not a bad idea. But actually, it wouldn't matter. Well, you could reset your mag, but it would work because there as well, when I had the gunner reload, it just was fast enough that it kept a few of its charges. But basically, once you stop firing, it's kind of starts falling away like instantly. Does it say its timer? Depletes over time, it says. Maybe we can test that here. Just let's actually shoot it at someone. Because yeah, it depletes over like 2 seconds there. I would say 2.5 seconds at most. That felt like 2 seconds depletion. So yeah, you could like put it because yeah, the second you basically stop firing, it already goes away. So trying to vault with the ninja bike doesn't really like save it, I think. Trying to think of other things we could do to it to I mean, you could, it might work on Red Patriot, but also it wouldn't because it doesn't have crit chance. That's what's gonna kill that thing more than anything. You don't have a mortar. You don't have a mortar. You don't have a mortar, which is a deadly sin at this point. If they do not have a mortar, they will. Ah, mortar. Yes. Fire at me. Missed. We even get napalm. Okay. That's good.
Proceed with caution.
Napalm me more. Napalm me. I need to reload. That reload is actually kind of will take some getting used to.
Proceed with caution.
Good. I feel there's a shock box around here. Well, let's already test this as well. Although I might, this will kill me actually. Oh, I should have healed first. But yeah. So yeah, we even get to apply napalm. That's funny. Well, I mean the original like the flame turret as is at the moment is already decently powerful. Its downside is mostly like that darned cooldown on it because it's like 46 seconds without anything. Even on a does this character have a build that has like a lot of skill haste? Actually, yeah, this explosive build is missing 2 skill haste basically here. It doesn't have Empress either, although, so. But even here, like, that turret is still, like, 28 seconds. And it's going to stay that same thing because there's no cooldown reduction for it. Because that's kind of one of the things where it worked well with Rigor, because you could use Rigor to reset it. But yeah, that's not going to save it now. Because there as well, it was with a glass chest and a Val. Could maybe go glass and Hannah U to even get the haste down more. You could use things like tag team maybe and to get it down. You could use things like the backpack, the kills reduce your cooldown by 10%. You could try to, well, skilled wouldn't work because the turret is active and you want to eat off of its, well, actually the backpack talent wouldn't work either. I'm trying to throw out ideas, but yeah, most things wouldn't really work for it. Is annoying for its reset. But yeah, tag team as well wouldn't work for it because, well, you could maybe use it when you get tag team when it's on cooldown, but then like, yeah, it's awkward. It's very awkward. Is the annoyance with it. But this thing is a beast. It just being half of a mag makes it manageable. What I really want as well to do is briefly to check. So this gal should have a MG5. So actually I can just put them side by side, which makes it a little bit easier to catch. Well, this one has a rate of fire, but that's just 800. So yeah, it does have the MG5 rate of fire. Does it have a higher base? Looks like. Where's options? Yeah, at least from this we can kind of tell. It does have a higher base than an MG5 by a lot. Let's go to some burst stables. And I'll catch up here. So actually, is a set with the Val mask. We should have. Yeah, the cooldown is actually more the issue there. So yeah, they should indeed have thought about that. But also that may have made it like too good. But it's pretty good. It's for like a few places you could place it and it would catch like 2 waves in missions. So thinking about it, for instance, like in Lincoln, like the inside downstairs, you could put it like in the middle downstairs. It would catch the initial wave, it would catch the wave spawning in the back, and then maybe even the wave on the side. I kind of also want to test, because I actually don't know that well, that turret, how much height difference you can have before it stops, you know, working correctly. Want to see explosions by canceling skill? Oh, actually, yeah, that's actually an important one as well to check. Let's actually test that one, because and then we'll do the burst calculation on the weapons. Because yeah, does it explode when we cancel it, or does it need to run out? Where's the final piece? Oh, it's hard to spot. That's 4 pieces. Actually, what I should do. Luckily, if you don't ignite it, if you pick it up, it's just 1 second. This gas canister, because it should not be destroyed by this. Oh, it is. So it might be hard to tell. Oh, actually, let's see if it explodes. It does. Let's wait out 1 cooldown here, because that seemed like a tiny explosion. Also, I should not be immune to that explosion, so I was standing pretty close to it. I was expecting actually to die. I am not dead, so that was kind of like a tiny explosion. Because this thing will kill me. Because let's wait out its timer, and then I'm gonna stand on top of it and see kind of what it does to me. But yeah, that did seem like an explosion, so. But it does, yeah, it doesn't seem useful. It doesn't seem the same effect as even like the other thing. I of course pick it up if I so let's do that. I still pick it up if I. Let's be like here. Okay. Blow me up. I'm also immune then likely to its explosion. Because I did get a marker of damage happening that way. Which it kind of did. Let's equip let's equip the chest. Let's remove the backpack. Let's just equip whatever. Let's wait this one. Because also, like, you need the backpack. Like, that backpack needs to be part of the set, the way that this thing is working. Because otherwise, like, this just kills me, right? Oh wait, it doesn't? Why doesn't it kill me? Didn't flame turret? Trying to remember if I've actually ever like played around with the flame turret in checking if it actually hurts. You know, it does. With rigor, I've ran into my own flame turret so often, and died from it. Oh, it's with the 4-piece. It's not the backpack. What did the backpack give then? Okay, yeah, no, then it's fine. Oh, this gives range. Okay. I'm awake. So yeah, no, the gear set already makes you immune. So me having 4-piece, I thought it was part of the. In my head, this part was, or like the immunity was from the backpack. But yeah, it makes sense for it to be with the set because yeah, once it starts spinning like that, you need to be immune, otherwise you die very easily. So actually, yeah, let's try it without the range extension. But also, without the set, it doesn't, the turret doesn't work like that, right? Yeah, it just shows like a direction. Because why does the entirety of the screen go red basically when you try to toss this? Well, you have this on. Like, what is all this red? And actually, it shows me getting hits or hit markers for it. So let's try, because I want to see how far up and down this thing kind of. Right. So there I'm getting hit, here I'm not. Okay, so it's kind of like one entire like human size. So if you put it on top of like this wall, it would hit enemies down here as well. So that's actually good to know. So you can put it a little bit higher and then like go over obstacles and stuff. Have you tried foaming yourself to see if you get foam bullets? Yep. So whatever you do to yourself as well gives you as long as the effect is applied to you for even like a millisecond, then you get to put the effect on other things as well after you reload. Kind of what makes it okay, I feel, is that it needs that reload. You don't get them instantly, so you have to reload, which like is gonna make it a little bit more. Well, you can prepare it in PvP is the thing. Like I wonder how this thing is gonna work in PvP, but I'll leave that to the PvPers to test. Okay, no, Pamek is back. Back from the school. Oh, and hey, Apple. Long time no see. As yeah, briefly, I'm gonna take us over here. Gonna take us into LMGs. I'm gonna go over to this burst part of it. Why is there such a big gap between this thing? Oh, it was always 2. Okay. Oh, it's because of this thing. Yeah, let's take MG5. Just this whole block. We'll just do it. We'll just put it there. This part doesn't matter. We're gonna alter it to be so. The annoying thing is these numbers get truncated. So what you actually need to do is actually calculate it out, which you do from the stat screen. So it's this number, 127,563, 536. Let's get it right. 127,536 divided by this number, 100 plus. God damn it, I re-rolled the thing, of course. So it's 135.9. So it's so this is this divided by this is or actually it's the other way around, right? Or 1 plus this, of course. I remember how to do this calculation. Is that divided by 1 plus this number divided by 100. So it's 54.063. As yeah, we have a truncated number here. In a second, I can go and get a fresh one, and and because yeah, here it's because of this 10.9 that is kind of messing this up a little bit. But yeah, 54.063 kind of matches that. It's close enough for just us doing this and this. Putting it at a 720 burst. That is exceptionally high. Like for comparison's sake, and FAMAS is 660. Okay. Now, of course, this thing won't get 15 crit chance that the FAMAS can get, but it has 20 crit damage, which isn't great actually. Well, it's just bad. But it might still keep up because of this, but its reload is horrible. So yeah, you would need to ninja bike it, but not to keep the talent up, but just to use it. Because yeah, its reload is just an MG5 reload, it looks like. 5.1 seconds, 5.1 seconds, so. And yeah, it's only also an 85 round mag. It isn't a 100 round mag that the MG5s could be. But yeah, that of course like doesn't matter to the burst. It does matter to the sustain, which is 400k, which already puts it, I feel, behind a lot of stuff that already exists on sustain. But it doesn't need to matter on sustain. It needs to matter on burst. This thing needs a build calculation to be relevant. But for now, what I'll actually do is call this what was this thing called? Iron lung. Yep. Because I'm not typing in the right place. As I said, these get altered and stuff quite often, but I actually move this up. I'll just leave this down here. It's in the actual DPS tables currently. Let's do the same for the SMG. Because yeah, one of the things that matters is not just the burst and stuff, because that's also why I separate out exotics from normal weapons, is they do different things. Mostly as well, of course, they can't have the same mods quite often. Like this thing will have 5 crit chance less than, well, this actually lands the same as for instance, a Vector with the firewall under barrel. So that would be like equivalent to that. But yeah, let's actually move over to the stash, because I'm gonna kind of see which Vector it most lines up with. And let me actually catch over here, because I did say hello to Alpha, but I didn't actually read what you wrote there. I kind of wanted to briefly do that. And check back on what you're doing, and even though I still done Oh, I actually hadn't noticed that there were that many now here. But yeah, today, of course, is a special day, because yeah, it's PTS day. It's where we go in and get ourselves some PTSD by PTSing. I'm full up on my inventory, of course. Let's open up 3 slots. I need 3 weapons in my inventory really briefly, because I kind of want to see if this thing has a matching to either that one or that one or that one. Because if they share an And so it's 40.4 on the Ouroboros, which actually matches the 45 vector, most likely. So I'm not going to explicitly calculate it out. I'm going to assume that it's the exact same. Might be off by, like, at worst, it's off by 100. So what I'll take then is the vector 45 in burst. Vector 45 in burst, which is second highest, of course. And we'll take that down here to do some testing with, and we'll call it the Ouroboros. Oreo Borealis. Yeah. It's a Borealis made out of Oreos. So yeah, it's the same. But this RPM is insane. 1650. Of course, that's coming partially from its mod as well. 50 round mag as well. Not that that matters to the burst. This is now division by 0, so let's take that out. That is insane. Because this weapon is actually going to keep up with a lot of other weapons just on the crit chance. It can have detox. It's going to match up in there. It's going to match up with crit chance and crit damage, close enough to other weapons. It's SMG, so it won't really care about dealing with because this is currently the king of burst DPS by a lot. It is also the lowest damage per mag, I feel. No. Actually, it does 50 rounds, right? Let's give it its actual 50 rounds there. Actually, no, it beats most of the vectors on damage per mag, just because it has a 50 round mag, of course. It has the same damage per yeah, 1.1 million. The thing is, of course, it can only do basically a tiny amount per mag. Although actually, it's not.
Safe area entered.
It is like half of. Well, it's not half. It is quite a bit behind an MPX or something. But MPX is already like fine with damage per mag. I've swapped here over to a character that has Hunter's Fury. Let's go murder some people, because this might be a little bit out of whack, because it doesn't need a damage talent. Like, nothing with the damage talent is going to keep up with this thing as it currently stands. This one feels a little bit out of whack, because it doesn't matter that it like has that tiny damage per mag, or the tiny. Also, it only has 1.4 second reload, even against vectors. Yeah, so it's even like. That was indeed a fast feeling reload. Although actually, well, reloads are in dispute nowadays. What is its range? Its optimal is 15 as well. So, what was the range on the other one? Same as our MG5 friends. 30. Let's go back to LMG. 30. So yeah, the optimal range on both stays the same. Let's take this thing and actually just go murder something. I feel there's going to be a name group here. Let's go murder them. How will it work for its ongoing directive? I mean, it would work with ongoing directive, but it's not really going to be useful with ongoing directive, because you want to keep your hollow point rounds. It's the same like with Elmo. Elmo works with ongoing directive, but it's actually annoying. It gets in the way. Whenever you get the shock rounds, you're losing your damage bonus. Same would happen here. So here, I'm not even gonna use it for its ability to like do its thing. Because how? What? Why? Why do we have a vector that is 1650 RPM? Like, actually, is this thing 1650 RPM? Let's actually figure this out. So, I mean, I need to grab the footage from this, but I'll do that later. Just feelings wise. Well, actually, well, this has 5 rounds more, of course. Let's do it like that. Yeah, this is very unscientific. Yeah, that's so much. That was so much shorter on the second one. Basically, just comparing them, like, because yeah, the RPM doesn't have to be what they state. They can state one thing and it could be something else. As far as I know, most of them are correct, but yeah, because here even this thing would even have another 10% detalk here, and it's already like just burning through stuff a lot faster than the vector. Like I know the vector on this build. I know the vector very well on this build. This is great above it. But yeah, it has the same base damage as the vector, but it's doing 450 RPM more. It has the same crit chance basically because yeah, actually this vector usually is equipped with the crit damage. So usually what I would have on this is the crit damage. This one. What does this land on actually now? 53, 157. So
Hostile control point
could actually use a Cheska piece now, or maybe even. But even like without even like min-maxing towards this. Let's do some A/B testing. Not scientific testing, but just on feel.
Immediate medical assistance.
Actually, there I should have swapped and gotten some. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, set me on fire, please. Please be my guest. Set me on fire.
Identification confirmed. Major Castillo.
Got a location on Major Castillo.
What? Why did it play the Agent Castillo voice line there? Which is that's the voice line in Federal, right? Wanted to lose my shield there because that status effect thing if you're trying to actually play it is never gonna work because it's just half a max, so you'll only get to like status effect one thing. But here I'm gonna actually on purpose set myself on fire because yeah, you'll get to like set one guy on fire and it's like.
He's at DCD headquarters. He's with his family.
Confirmed.
There are.
Castillo. Status. Deceased.
Isaac really wants me to know that Agent Castillo is dead. I feel he's dealing with some grief about it. Maybe.
He's at DCD headquarters. Proceed with caution.
This our revenge.
But yeah, this is one of those things like, who needs a damage chunk when you have like bursts like this? Because also it's not sustaining bad, actually, I feel. Because it has like a really fast reload. And yeah, here. I wasn't set on fire. Come on. Let's do this, and then run through this, and then. But I mean that's silly. Like you wouldn't do that. You just.
location on Major Castillo. He's at DCD headquarters. Proceed with caution. Family.
Actually, I should bring the game up.
CP captured. Good job.
Make it bigger. Easier to see. So yeah, this thing seems a little bit out of whack. This thing seems a little bit overscaled. Because this isn't the strong build. This is with the 2 blue core version. Then I want to see briefly as well, what does it sustain at? But it's also, yeah, out sustaining everything else by enough that a damage talent or even fast hands is not gonna like bring anything else into line. That is exceptional. Let me catch up here. PTS include incursions. I haven't found them yet, if they are here. Curious to see if maybe I'm overlooking something. If I feel somebody would have informed me by now if there was. I'm actually also briefly gonna check some PTS here talk. If somebody else, and I'm gonna just search for incursion. No, it doesn't seem to be. A few people asking about it, but nobody giving answers. Let's grab. Does this character have? Just an obliterate. Let's grab this thing. And yeah, let's go grab a ninja bike. Grab one of my stash. Briefly as well, check over here, making sure that everything is still working. Because none of my characters has a ninja bike on them because it's not an item that gets used a lot. It's also not going to be an item that gets used a lot in the. Wait, actually, why is? Oh no, actually, no. All of them are blue core. Wait, where's the name of those things? Or the parts that I deconstructed there? That's likely what happened there. Now let's grab a ninja bike knee pad. There we go. But yeah, giving up foxes, like, no. Like, you wouldn't do this. You wouldn't steal a car, you wouldn't put a ninja bike there. Like, you can, but you won't. She has a Cheska mask, right? Yeah. Because yeah, this thing has no crit chance on its own. So that's kind of what is going to kill it the most, I feel. So even with this Cheska piece here, it's only 54. So I should put a Cheska piece here maybe, or she has a Cheska backpack actually. I'll give up the gift for now, and then a coyote, or a coyote. Of course, you can't have a coyote next next to another exotic. So yeah, you couldn't even have that option. Let's go try it with this, and then we'll go back to something more sensible in a second. Let's go murder some people over here. See how this thing feels. 85 rounds per reload is not going to be good. Because usually when you use the ninja bike, you want a little bit more than that. It's already super annoying to try to get the backfire to go with the ninja bike. Like, it's too low. with higher LMGs, you can kind of get away with it, but at that point as well, you might as well just go steady-handed. So actually this heavy is a good target because he'll likely not die really fast. Letting me actually set him on fire. I mean, there's like moments like this, like I go forward going like, where do I vault? Like here. And then like that's also like awkwardness with it. But yeah, you need actually somewhere to vault. You actually need somewhere to like cover to cover. Actually, yeah, it was vault and cover to cover, right? Like there, I could have covered to cover between some walls, maybe. That would have been the solution. And this could actually work with SHD exposed as we have now. But yeah, just even they're not aggroed onto me yet. I just want to see. So here I'm full up. I'm gonna stop cover to cover. I'm already like halfway back. But at least you can keep it kind of going that way. But even like if you cover to cover to here, you're almost all the way back down. I mean, you can, but would you? Is the question. Its stats are decently good enough that we might. But especially that SMG seems to be like... Also, covering is always awkward. The good thing, at least, it's not hit-based, it's just firing-based. And 85 rounds is not enough. It really isn't. At least the fire is decently long. This could kind of work for some missions and stuff where you know exactly, or like CPs like here, where you know exactly where they're spawning. And you kind of need to get a feeling for what 85 rounds is, because I really don't, because I never use LMGs at 35 rounds, or 85 rounds with the plus 35 round mag.
Serious trauma detected.
Yeah, it has built-in CC. I'm gonna get hived here.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Like there, I kind of could expect that the CC was gonna come up in a second and use that.
Medical assistance
And I use a heal here. But yeah, even like there, when you're healing, you'll just lose the entirety of it. It comes back decently fast enough, even with halfway, so... Oh. But then yeah, then like there I try to be aggressive, I don't pay attention to how full my mag is, and and kind of get damaged for it. And yeah, I picked the CP because I want to do the camp here and see if I can keep the camp going. So I don't need to look at loot. No loot will survive. Yeah, I did this deconstruct named them chest and back, but also both of them are pretty bad. The perfect mad bomber, just want to see like if it's actually the stats that they say it is. An unstoppable force backpack without with what you're giving up in the brand bonus is going to be too big of a cost. But we'll look at them in a second. As I'm going to pull this in. See if we can get a full camp going here. car. This guy is annoying. Kind of works there. But, that shield guy was actually in my way, but then he wasn't.
Watch it burn!
85 rounds though is like painful.
Heavily armored hostile detected. Serious trauma detected.
See, okay. There I got saved by the CC of it. Because there I was fully expecting to go down. I was armor broken. I was in the line of sight of 3 enemies. But yeah, the CC came up and saved me there. So I mean, you can use it. You kind of need to see have a build calculation of it, which I'll likely do this evening. Or, well, likely tomorrow. Like, doing stuff like that is more leaving it for a day kind of things. Yeah, let's go back actually to the White House. Let's get another one of those PTS caches and actually have a look at the named chest and backpack. The exotic chest is, yeah, it is what it is. It's trying to be interesting, but it's kind of useless. I'm gonna assume. Is it otherwise as well? You're just locked into that long reload. Because the only real other option you have is to take braced or something and try to get the reload down that way. Which stat-wise for it might be kind of doable. But yeah, both of them have like really high base damage stats, even with their mods being a little bit shit. It needs a build calculation. We'll get to that likely tomorrow. What was I gonna? Oh yeah, the chest and the backpack. You can buy infinite amounts of these.
Glad we got that settled.
So the carpenter and the backbone. I mostly just want to see how silly flame grenade gets with this. Let's deconstruct these. Make a few slots. I'll take that as well. Yeah, first things first. I want to see how silly, or is it that one actually? Yeah, carpenter. How silly does this get? It's silly, but it's not too silly. What else did it do? Just unkill gets it back to you, right? Yeah. Because I'm kind of curious as well to see what that one does to it. Let's find out. As we go for some flashbangs. And equip the chest first. Flash and bang. I mean, that's silly, but giving up a chest talent is also silly. Chest talent plus a brand, because the thing is, it's also two pieces even still. Like, even if like the perfect, or the backpack was okay. The perfect unstoppable force was okay. Then you might go with like 2 pieces, but even at 2 pieces, you still don't get anything really useful here. So then do you go 3 pieces? And then, because yeah, now it would make sense to go the 3rd piece and go contractors plus a 3rd piece of this, and then have the LMG damage. But at that point, you're giving up 2 brand bonuses. Like, it's never going to recoup that. Even this unstoppable force is not going to recoup 1 brand bonus. Because yeah, it's either going to be 15 crit damage, or some of your weapon damage, and that's just not going to make up for the stacking up to 7 times. Because also it's like stacking talent. This might be okay solo, but there's also between rooms. This is going to fall away. It's only 15 seconds. But yeah, it is nice and silly for flashbangs like this, that, like room clear flashbangs. This could be actually useful now with Eclipse. Because you'd give up your radius, your like spread radius and stuff. But a flashbang that is that huge, that's like gonna catch the wave. Like if you put this at a door, this is gonna catch everything coming out. The fire grenade as well is just gonna like be a huge radius. You're giving up your chest talent for it, but maybe for a CC'er, it might not be the worst choice. Although it comes with blue core, so you need to farm a lot. Let's try as well. How big does a foam grenade get? Let's see that as well. Because Mad Bomber, of course, always existed and was 50%. This is only 25% more. It's not gonna change anything. But that's at least a foam grenade that you can kind of use and do that with. Just catch actual big groups quite easily. She has firewall as well, right? But yeah, whatever you do here, it's gonna go at the cost of a chest talent. And these things overlapping is actually I mean, it's not strong. It's not strong enough to be worth it. You kind of need both this Mad Bomber and this chest to be 1 talent altogether, basically. Because this one's 50% radius and extra damage. But of course, this is an exotic slot. What does this do to concussion grenades? Because yeah, normally for killing you use concussion grenades because they have actually a lot of damage. Here they're hitting for 2 million, which is like that. That's 2 million. For PvP change nukes, it's just maybe for that. Actually, yeah. What were the exact changes to thingy? To tip of the spear, because yeah, it's going from having weapon damage to signature weapon damage, which is gonna basically kill it for the role that it has now as a tip of the spear headhunter. Because this being signature weapon damage now, it means that yeah, it doesn't improve headhunter well enough. But now as well, it's no longer a signature weapon hit, is a signature weapon kill, which is kind of weird. Let me go over to my character that has Headhunter. That has a tip of the spear Headhunter. I will mess about a little bit with this thing as well. As I don't have much time left, another 15 minutes as but we at least for myself feel I've gotten the fast version of it. Just yeah, that SMG is a bit silly. The LMG is maybe usable, maybe not really, maybe no, no. That's my feeling on that LMG. Yeah, I need to actually generate some ammo. Actually got a tip of the spear backpack off of this, right? Because this also no longer helps generation passively. The backpack. Does the chest help regeneration passively? Okay, now the chest doubles the ammo generated. Because we still have this 50% damage for 15 seconds after fully depleting this signature weapon of ammo. But like emptying, actually, is that just active when it's empty? No. Okay. You need to actually deplete it. Oh, actually, it's not empty yet. Does this go on the buff bar? It does. Any damage numbers? You need to fire it once. That's annoying. It's not just when it's empty. You can't just keep repeating it. You need to actually fire a shot. Okay, you need to wait for ammo and then deplete it to get that weapon damage. That kind of kills it for Headhunter. Except for like when you're doing setups, when you're doing like the Summit Hunters or something, where you can kind of like prepare this and then like the foam goes out, the oxys goes out maybe as well, and then just you do this, and then swap, and then because yeah, that 86. Let me actually pull up what this build did currently. 2.01 with the white that with determined. Like why is it actually hitting? Why is this hitting for? Or am I just off by? Okay, it's hitting for 6.2 million. I was like, why is it hitting for 62 million? But that's not what it's hitting for. Oh, of course you can't have the chest because Headhunter goes there. I'm like, I've of course equipped this chest to get some ammo, and then I need to swap off of it. That's the plan. Let's put this out, that out, swap over. Oh, but of course then without the chest, you don't have that bonus anymore. So yeah, you can't you can't do it. As I put 2 and 2 of the simplest twos together, reach that realization that is super obvious, of course. But the only weapon damage that remains on the set is on the chest, and you can't, of course, have the chest and Headhunter together, meaning that Hotshot is now the Headhunter king. at least for snipers. Hunter's Fury will stay the Headhunter King for Reguluses. And Tip of the Spear is going to be moved over and become a set for, yeah, like a B tier, kind of like Umbra, kind of like a B tier set that has some purpose, most likely. You can run it as a red build, have the grenades, have a demolitionist and stuff, and just poke out and kill people. Because yeah, without that weapon damage bonus that it had, it's no longer going to compete against Hotshot, I feel. Was grenade damage? Yeah, in PvP was always like the entire thing of it was should still be automatically generate grenade ammo every 67 years. Damaging enemies with a grenade increases total weapon damage by 15% for 5 seconds. This is, I think, the old text still, right? So maybe they haven't updated this because now here is total weapon damage. But also, yeah, in PvP, I don't feel I've ever seen a Tip of the Spear be used against me, ever. So, usually the 3-2-1s, the 3-2-1 Hotshot, Habsburg, Araldi builds that I see, sniping my face off. But also, yeah, damaging enemies with grenades for 5 seconds. Like, you can't even really set this up with like NPCs because you grenade them, you have 5 seconds, but then also you're close enough to those NPCs to be shot by them. So, yeah, Tip of the Spear is now something completely different. It's going to become a demolitionist build, basically. Yes, I did try the SMG quite a bit. It seems a little bit silly, stats-wise. It's numbers-wise, it's way too good, basically. Playstyle-wise, it's not as good as the numbers make it seem, kind of because it's a vector. But it's still like... I feel a little strong. Let's have another like 10 minutes. Let's actually grab the character that has strikers, and specifically the character that has chest strikers. Oh, to use it with the new exotic chest. I mean, you wouldn't though.
Safe area.
Why would you do all that setup for 15 total weapon damage? Hotshot, like the Hotshot, the 3-2-1 build will just completely decimate it just on numbers without doing all that. And also with that chest, you're giving up the chest talent. Like that is like you're giving up a chest talent for a talent that is like not really that useful. So yeah, that's not going to be something viable. Like this, I could see in places being useful, especially for this plus 25 grenade damage for each extra enemy caught in the blast. So if you could catch like a really big wave in one blast, but also you could just shoot them. That's the thing. So yeah, it's... But also you can't have this together with like the Bloody Knuckles. If you could, that would be interesting. Like then at least you have some synergy, and you have then the Bloody Knuckles making up for a chest talent kind of a little bit. But here, it's at least good that it's with reds. It's at least good that it's with reds. But to me, this piece is basically only going to get grabbed when I want to do the grenade challenges with global events. That's the point that likely it will see some use with me. Chest strikers. It doesn't need to be Cheska. And yeah. Yeah. Let's go there. let's see how this kind of works. So here I've put it on strikers. I've swapped my group, my Cheska to be Grupo there. It's landing on 53, 187, 178, which, yeah, makes sense. It's 36 here. Oh no, it's 31 here. So yeah. And at 1600 RPM, that thing is fast enough to stack with. I mean, it isn't as good as a ACS still. ACS does 40 stacks. So how many runs is this per second actually? Actually, here's of course also on this thing. So 1875 divided by 60 is 31 rounds a second. That's really close to the 40 that ACS does. Like ACS does 40, this does 30. Yeah. Because yeah, then you can just stack with the weapon. And this thing, even missing a damage talent, doesn't matter. It has such a high burst. Oh, that's... As I was expecting to pull out the shield there, but I had Banshee equipped, of course. Which is actually the thing that I like having more. That... Thank you for letting me know, Kelso. I know where Agent Castillo is now. I kind of feel I've been told. Kind of want to see how this thing acts once I reach 200 stacks. Because the reload of it is fast enough as well that it's like not hurting. I mean, it's hurting, but it's not like hurting. Because here I'm not even gonna do the thing of its talent like.
Assistance needed. Agent out of action.
That's it. That guy was out of my range. Should have gone to the CP. CP would have been a better choice. Let's go do the CP. Somewhere where enough enemies spawn for me to hit 200 stacks. I kind of want to see what this thing does at 200 stacks. Because it can get to 200 stacks. Decently okay-ish, I would feel. Let me push more tips in PvP. I don't think tips is gonna go into PvP at all. Really, it doesn't show up now, anyways, and I don't think any changes to it will. But like the changes to it won't, because it was always grenades. It was already always with grenades. Like I actually feel that I'm pretty certain that the PvP text of it isn't actually changed. So I'm gonna die here. Let's see if I can avoid that. As I find my way upstairs. Now watch them all be downstairs, of course, because I got upstairs. Wait, how are they directly underneath me and I don't see them? No. Just gonna fire just so that they know where I am.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
So that thing has quite the burp.
CP
captured. Good job.
I'm pretty close to 200 stacks. Let's see if I can actually reach 200 stacks. Wasn't there a patrol out here? Nope. I aggroed something over here, but then I didn't.
Hostile broadcast detected.
The decay of Striker showing its face there.
Hostiles detected.
I mean, this thing does eat ammo. I mean, Vectors did as well already.
Vital signs critical.
And yeah. And it's over for me as they have the high ground. What was the range on this thing? 15. Which I mean is the same as the Vector. Actually, give me your shield. No, keep your shield up.
I'm exposed here.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
But yeah, with this kind of output, you can kind of do stuff like this because you can be pretty certain that you're gonna kill whatever's in front of you. That's silly. 850
Hostile broadcast picked up.
at the RPMs that this thing is at almost close to 2K RPM. Really? Like, how did this get through like basic testing?
Supply room access unlocked.
Give me a shield.
This is Conway, leader of the cleaners.
Kinda should go after Black Tusk and stack on their hands.
Infrastructure and power. We can keep using
You should go after Black Tusk and stack on their hands. Oh, that's an annoying spot. That's not an annoying spot. Let's go over there. What's the range on? So 15 optimal. It kind of feels the same as Vectors. It has basically an effective range of kicking people. It kind of can reach up to that 15 on a Vector on Striker, because you also get like the weapon handling there. But yeah, anything further than this kind of ranges and it's already like.
Serious trauma detected.
I really need to put a shield on this thing because I keep trying to pull out the shield.
Located.
Because here as well, I'm like not even attempting to like use its mechanic of like its CC mechanic. Like if I get one, sure, fine, whatever. But this thing seems a little OP. Let's go up here. There's also like hoping for a mini tank as well or something.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Warhound's good. Ah, of course I shoot it in the butt accidentally.
Curtailed identification confirmed.
But yeah, here I have like the disrupt rounds. Like not that matters.
He's at DCD headquarters.
And yeah, Castillo is still in DCD headquarters. Good to know.
Detected.
I wonder what's broken that is playing like that.
Look for the gun.
Is that really a good idea? Coming up. Like yeah, those kind of ranges is not really effective. It's already doing half damage at that point, basically. It can do it. Just because it has, like, because even if it's cutting its damage into half, at that point, it's kind of in the middle of the pack of SMGs. What? Who? What? Give me some good black disc. That's good black disc. And hey there, Chucky. I mean, ACS is still 10 more per second. Like, you're not going to use this thing just for stacking. You're just going to use this thing. Actually, you know what? Let's put it on something that can actually, like, do the stacking. Let's go to a Tech Tank Striker. It can also just
Safe area detected.
Striker Tech Tank. Oh, she had one already, I feel. Yep, she does. Over 60. We are no longer over 60. We are still over 60. We can swap this. We are 59, 1442. Bank has a heavy starting out. I can use him to stack on.
You need to stop Black Tusk from obtaining the data they're after from the vault.
It's also its low damage per mag isn't really. I mean, it's noticeable, but it's not like. It's not as bad as like the bad vectors. Of course, what you're giving up here is that 21% from ARs. Like, that is still a big loss, but this thing just powers through that, just by sheer like DPS numbers. The reason I wanted these guys is I can stack just on shooting different parts on them. Like, this is a uncharged tech tank. It's hitting for 390 on at like close to double FAMAS RPM. Like, that's like a tech tank hitting a FAMAS for 800k, which it doesn't. It hits like 400-ish k or something. This thing is like silly. Like, I understand trying to make new things going into the game still be relevant, trying to keep them relevant.
Black Tusk team members should have access to the vault.
But yeah, no, this thing is in a realm of its own. And yeah, let's set myself on fire. Oh, actually, don't have a shield there.
He's at DCD.
Yeah, this thing is silly.
Signs 0.
Yeah, so with statuses, whatever gets applied to you, even from yourself, it just applies it. Which is also pretty strong, as you can imagine, because you do get even napalm rounds, disrupt, foam. You can foam yourself and then shoot foam rounds for half of a mag. All of them seem to not scale off of status effect. All of them seem to kind of be pretty short. But of course, like, it might save you here and there. Now, especially next season, we're gonna have, because yeah, they swap each season the directives, and yeah, next season is gonna be special ammo again on enemies. So yeah, you'll just, you know, take the hit and then return to sender basically.
Don't try to run.
Kind of want to see if I can spawn camp this, how easy it will be to spawn camp this. Where did these guys go? Hello? Don't you want to die? Its low damage per mag is like its only downside, but yeah, that was expected. Like, it's a vector.
Vital signs critical.
I'm a little bit surrounded.
Agent vital signs 0.
Oh, he shot me. That makes sense. Let's try that again. As I'm, yeah, not charged up. Pretty aggressive with it. I'm playing a little bit silly. Mostly because this thing is a little bit silly. Yeah, let's attempt the spawn camping there. I have a few memento charges there now as well, so grab a lid. Let's put up a FAMAS up next to it. Where's our FAMAS? There. And we'll do some good old-fashioned A/B testing. Yeah, this thing, I don't see this thing surviving. I mean, it might. Striker did, Heartbreaker did, for a while. Lefty still is. Let's just take this upstairs here. She's perfect for stacking. She's perfect for blowing up.
They're on top of me.
I don't want to see how fast this name melts. And basically one pack with a vector. Like a Dark Winter can't do that. Because yeah, a FAMAS is hitting for like 600k at like
Well done.
at like half the RPM. This thing is hitting for 500k at like double the RPM. Well, more than double the RPM. As you know, that this is of course as well getting boosted fast. So yeah, no, this RPM is silly. This RPM is very silly because yeah, compared to a normal vector going to 1380, like who in their right mind thought this was a good idea? How? How did it, how? I mean, it's at the top of everything. Like, it doesn't matter if this talent literally was it's going to punch you at the end of your session. When you quit game, it will uninstall. It will just walk into your house and punch you in the balls. Would still be the best weapon in the game by a long shot. Like, what? Because yeah, I've actually put it into the burst stables and stuff. Let me take us over there. Put it at the bottom here. Just preliminary. So yeah, just It has the same as the base as the. I can make this bigger actually. It has the same base as the 45 vector. It has 450 RPM more. It has 5 rounds more. It has a better reload, meaning that it doesn't matter that a vector can have a talent on top of it or anything, because it's hitting 1.1 million burst. Like that is like even the TAC vector, like the 45 vector, it was doing 800k. Like this is 300k more. Like this is this is an insane amount more. And of course, because it has also 5 more rounds, it's actually beating it in damage per mag as well. Still and stuff like this thing is silly. This thing is like what? How? Yeah, the LMG is in there as well. The LMG is a little bit more like within range. It's gonna get beat by LMGs with talents. Mostly down to as well, because yeah, this thing at least has like 85 rounds per mag. So it's a little bit more like that's the thing that is going to hurt it the most. But because yeah, burst wise, it's 720. 720 is okay, but it's not going to keep up against ARs as they are now. But yeah, this SMG is just like what? Who did this? Bring him to me. I want to have a chat. Did they get fucked? Did they get fucked to do the balancing here? Yeah. But yeah, I need to go and do some stuffs. So this will be it for me. I'll be back at it this evening, going more deeper. Try to figure out who in the right mind did this, because keep in mind as well here. This was with swap speed. Like this build is going to get another 10% detox on top of this. Like it had a useless third because I don't have the blueprint to recalibrate it here, reconfigure it here. So I can't even imagine who okayed this. Like what? But yeah, that's why PTSs exist. Maybe they'll listen. Like this one is obvious. This one is obviously like Elmo was okay, decent, and like just doesn't beat Hamas's really. So it's still okay, but also not really, because it's still a little bit too good maybe. But this thing is. Because yeah, it's making up for not having 21% more than. It's making up for not having 21% health, basically, versus ARs. And also, like, even now, it's already also making up for not having detox and not having a talent. Like, that's how much ahead of other stuff it is. But yeah, we'll come back to this thing this evening. As I'll be messing about with more PTS, likely doing some descent, trying to figure out if incursion is actually in here. I didn't instantly see it, but yeah, we'll figure all that out. But yeah, thank you all for joining me, and I will, for once, actually not wish you guys to have a good night, but to see you this evening. But yeah, have fun, good luck, and perhaps still this evening.